I want to talk to the you that feels stuck. The you who has great plans and beautiful dreams for the future. But once you have to sit down and actually do them, nothing inside you moves. You are not unmotivated. You are not lazy. You are stuck. If that is you today, come closer. My name is Risa Haasbroek. I've built 2 online businesses and I've coached hundreds of clients, and this is what I see. Feeling stuck is a normal human experience. We all have it from time to time. But here's the big secret. It's not permanent. And once you realize how you have an inside-out experience of life, things around stuckness will start to shift for you. So today, I want to share 3 insights about stuckness that could just move the needle for you. If even one of them lands, it could change everything. But if it doesn't, stay tuned, because at the end, I'm sharing a bonus insight where I'm tying all 3 of them together that could actually do the trick for you. So let's get started. Let's begin by observation number 1. Feeling stuck feels permanent when your thinking looks solid. When I started my first business, I wanted to build an online course, and I got the wonderful advice: don't build the whole thing out in advance, pre-sell it, and then get beta users to give you feedback and change it as you go along. I did that. There was one woman who was very diligent with her feedback. Every Monday morning, she would email me and tell me all the things that were wrong in my course. And I started to dread those Monday morning emails. It made me feel as if business building is going to be heavy and hard and relentless. And it kept me stuck in this way because it took so much energy just to make these adjustments to the course itself. I was really not spending a lot of time on the marketing side of it. But here's the thing. Things started to change. As she gave her feedback, I got the hang of it. I understood what worked and what didn't work. And by the end, it was only usually typos that she found. At first, I thought that everything shifted because the circumstances shifted. But then I realized, and this could be helpful to you as well, it wasn't so much the circumstances, the situation that shifted. It was my thinking. While I tried to lock in my thinking, almost like an insect locked in amber, I wasn't able to move in my thinking. But once I remember the nature of thinking itself, that it's always in flux, always changing, always moving, things became easier for me. So let's return to that observation we made and change it into a true light bulb moment. Feeling stuck feels permanent when your thinking looks solid, but thought is constantly in flux. Let's move on to our second observation. It goes like this. Feeling stuck feels permanent when a feeling consumes you. Let me tell you about a client of mine. She was also a course creator, very successful. Whenever she launched, she would make $300,000. She had a huge following on Instagram. That was the main channel through which she did her marketing. But then one morning when she woke up, her Instagram account was hacked. She was paralyzed by her fear and her anxiety. And for weeks, she did nothing to get her account back. She felt so helpless, but then the feelings settled, because that's what human feelings do. They don't stay the same, just like with the thinking. And once she wasn't so afraid anymore, she could think straight again. And she remembered a friend she had who knew someone at Meta who owns Instagram. She reached out to this friend. The friend said, "No problem, I will connect you to the people who can help you." It was a little bit of a process. It wasn't that easy, but she got her account back. Weeks later, she relaunched and it went great. So what is our takeaway if we want to change that observation at the beginning into a light bulb moment? Here's how I would do it. Feeling stuck feels permanent when a feeling consumes you. Don't over-identify with your feelings. Are you ready for the third one? Let's make the observation first. Feeling stuck feels permanent when you keep adding meaning to your feelings. For that first business I built with the online course, I used Facebook Lives to promote my course. And I can still remember my first Facebook Live ever. I thought it went pretty well, but then a friend shared that video to his network and people started to criticize me. You see, I mispronounced a word, a pretty obvious word. And since it was a language course, a grammar course I was selling, it was a big faux pas. And I was devastated. I remember falling down on the carpet in my daughter's bedroom, crying and saying, how can people be so mean to me? Don't they know how much courage it takes to put yourself out there? I was feeling very sorry for myself. I kept adding meaning to that emotion of inadequacy, that it meant I was a fraud, I was an imposter, I don't know what I'm talking about. I took it way too seriously, and that kept me stuck for weeks. But then, like the other examples I gave, eventually I felt better. Why? Because feelings come and go. Like thought, they are constantly in flux. I could have shaken that feeling sooner if I had this insight. Let me tell you what the insight is. Feeling stuck feels permanent when you keep adding meaning to your feelings. When you stop feeding the feeling with more story, it fades naturally. And now let's bring it all together. Let's talk about resilience. And I want to give you an analogy that's going to be so helpful to you. So with the Facebook Lives incident, when that happened and people were criticizing me, I thought of myself as a Christmas bauble. Bright and shiny and pretty, but very, very fragile. Drop me once and I'm broken for good. Then after a while I realized, but I didn't let anybody know how hurt I were by their comments. So perhaps I'm not really like a bauble. I'm more like an orange. I have a thick skin on the outside, but the problem is when you bruise me, I kind of get squishy on the inside. So I'm not sure that I'm going to last forever. But eventually I came to see that I am actually a bouncing ball. And so are you. We are designed to bounce. As the bounce back coach, I can tell you that without any reservation. We have immense, infinite resilience. Why is that? Your mind is like the sky, and it's in the sky where the weather is happening, where the thought storms and the emotional storms where they are happening. But when you can become the observer of that, when you can see yourself having that, when you create a little bit of space around any thought or any emotion, they just naturally fade. If you like this video, if it created a little bit of spaciousness for you around your experience of being stuck, please like it. I also have a free audio course where I walk you through managing your emotions. I will give the details in the description. And in the meantime, the next video is coming up right now.